What's up, everyone? Welcome back to RollPlay, going into hour number 2 here. Neal, take it away.
So, you guys are interrogating this guy.
And I'm still asleep.
Right.
So, he's answered these questions. I'm kind of looking around. Horace walks off to go bury the bodies. I shoot Abigail a look that says, "You got any questions?"
Not really. I mean, what else could we get out of this guy? Should we try to use him as a guide?
Okay, so she says that. I look down at the boy and I say, "Now is about time you make peace with your maker, son."
What do you mean? You're not... I told you everything I know. I thought you'd let me go.
I pull out the sword and I decapitate him on the ground.
Guys. Alright, he's dead.
Neal's so sad.
Why? Those guys were all first level scouts.
Yeah.
There was no... They stood no chance.
Yeah. Oh, well.
Okay. I wipe off my blade on my cloak, sheath it, and then I go about doing a pretty, not like an amazing job of hiding the body, but putting it out of sight, just, behind a tree, throw some dirt on it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I take the head and put it in the swamp or whatever. Or
There's no
somewhere
swamp,
else.
but yeah.
It's just a bush. Abigail knows all about it. I put it in one of her bushes. I put the head in one of the bushes.
Yeah. Yes.
And then I look over at Azrael, who's still asleep, and I'm like, let's leave him to sleep. Abigail, go ahead and take this second watch. I'll nap this one out, but
Sure.
we need to think and talk about what we learned, but it's not too much more than what I think we already knew.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe we should try to use their little over-cover things on us to, like, blend in.
Do you mean like their cloaks?
Yeah, like the V things. The V banner things.
Yeah, I'm still not really about that idea. I guess since they're recruiting from
anyone, we could,
I guess it
yeah.
gains more traction. So that is a bit of an idea, but we'll talk it over. The idea of wearing Veracity's symbol on my body doesn't sit well with me at all. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it could get us out of potential trouble, so we need to consider that.
Yep, that's like I said. We'll talk about it.
Anyway, sleep on it, Vincent. Sleep on it.
Right.
Good
Neal,
night,
has
guys.
every person we've seen been a human recruited for this army?
Well, you've only seen...
There's
No.
the party that attacked us, and then this party now. Or have they all been humans?
Of those groups, yes. But you did see non-humans in the army that was sieging the High Clerist's Tower. You didn't fight them yourself, but you did see orcs and goblins and a couple ogres in that army.
Okay.
Okay, so I lay down to sleep, and, Abigail has the watch, Horace comes back, and I assume he gets updated and goes to sleep as well.
Right. Morning passes, or night passes, morning rises.
I wake
We
up.
wake up, break camp. You were about to say something, JP, so
I was just going to say, I woke up normally, like I didn't have any issues or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing unusual.
Okay. I do the
Except
same.
you still can't memorize spells.
Okay, yeah. I go to do that, then realize that it's not happening, kind of sigh. And then, if I turn around, like, look at the general camp, do I see, like, blood splatter, or from, like, where he decapitated this?
Yeah, there is a pool of dried blood.
I'm just kind of staring at that and, like, looking around. I'm like, what the...
I'm doing like my morning stretches and putting my armor back on and say, Azrael, how'd you sleep, friend?
Good. What? Whose blood is this? What happened?
Yeah, we ran into some nighttime scouts. We didn't think it worth the while to wake you, friend. And we did learn that the V stands for Veraci, as we had feared. And it seems that the Bannerless Army is recruiting people to Veraci's army. So that prophecy you had talked about, that greater fear, it's upon us.
Yeah, sadly it's not a Vincent army. That would have been
No.
really nice.
That would have been very convenient.
Okay. Yeah, is his body still around? How many people attacked us? What was it? A hard fight?
Oh no, it was a handful. They were quite simple to dispatch. I was scratched, as you can see. My right cheek is bled, but other than that, we're fine.
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
By the way, Neil, I am trying to, while this is going on, I'm trying to speak to the spear.
What are you trying to say to the spear?
I'm just trying to make contact with it now. So part of me is feeling like an idiot because it's never worked, and I thought that these guys are crazy, and part of me is kind of like, "Hello, are you there?" type.
Okay.
And then in between that, I'm like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Okay. Just so you know that now with the spear, you have entered medium encumbrance on your character.
Okay.
Which is half movement speed for you and penalty to your armor class.
Okay.
So what exactly do you say to the spear, and how do you do it?
I pull the spear out of my bag and I say, "So."
Aloud, or how do you do
Yeah,
it?
aloud.
Okay.
Well, I guess not, because when I've seen them do it, they haven't been speaking aloud, right?
Right.
So not aloud. I'll think to myself. I say, "So, hello.
Hello.
I am Hort.
There.
Speaking to me."
Yes.
And then I kind of mutter to myself, I'm like, "Wow, this actually works." I say, how does this work?
You point me in the direction of a dragon. We slay it.
Okay. Abigail gave you to me. Is that okay?
I am no one's to give. I work according to my own wishes. However, you may be a suitable arm for me.
Okay. Well, for now, we are a team.
We shall see.
I say, what shall I call you?
Bloodsinger is my name.
Bloodsinger. All right, Bloodsinger. And I'll put him back in the bag.
How do you put a 5-foot spear?
Yeah,
in the
he
back?
doesn't. Whatever.
Sorry, I have a sheath on my back, and I like this, maybe?
You put it between some straps that are like
Okay.
holding your backpack or something.
Neil, did Bloodsinger talk to him because he was impressed with his blow dart skills? Is that really what?
Yeah.
No.
Does my blow dart start talking to me, too?
No.
Blow me, Horace!
Do it again, my God.
So I have Bloodsinger now on my back, and I will go to join the party.
Okay. Parties together.
Yeah, we just pack up our camp and then continue onward towards the mountain, I would say.
Excellent.
The
Excellent.
mountains.
I kind of, as an aside to Abigail, I look at her and I tell her that when I first met you, I thought you were crazy, but
Here's my
that thing
number,
actually
call me.
works.
Of course it works. I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah, I realized that. I just thought you were drunk and being weird at the time.
I guess it makes sense. It's understandable. I mean, even that one king who thought he was like hearing voices, we convinced him he was crazy, so
I don't know about this king, but
yeah.
okay. So this is mine to keep.
Does it like you? It didn't like me, so
He seems to like me, yes.
sure, keep it. I don't really know how to use a spear anyway.
So
Okay. I will do that.
as they're having that conversation, I'm talking to Vincent. I would assume we're in the front or something, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, Vincent, I'm a little worried that you didn't wake me back in the camp. I hope that you still consider me an asset to the party.
Oh, of course, friend. You have proven yourself time and time again. Don't worry. We had a tough talk. You received it nicely, and honestly, I didn't perceive any danger, and I wanted you to sleep because I know how important that is to the cleric of the group. So you fear not that I'm worried about your abilities. I know that you'll find your way again.
Okay. So that. Okay. Forgive me. I'm just I don't have my god anymore. You guys are pretty much all I've got left. So.
Understandable, friend, and we're here for you.
Okay. Good.
Okay. So you keep heading north towards the mountains. Is there any particular route that you follow or anything you don't want to do?
I guess so we passed by between Victorville and Charendar, right?
Yes.
I would, as we're going, I would kind of say to the party that, well, no, I guess we just do the point A to point B is what I would think, unless somebody else wants to say otherwise. I was going to say the water, but I don't know that we'd know a map well enough to know that there's water there. So.
Well, you do know that there is... You've been through this region before, and you do know that the river runs through Charendar and runs towards the mountains. Like,
okay.
That would be something you would be aware of.
Then I guess I would suggest to him that we follow the water up there.
Okay.
Easier to hide tracks and stuff. Find a path.
Okay. So you guys follow up alongside the river. And as you approach the river, you notice that there's actually what looks to be a fairly new path that runs up alongside the river. And you can tell it's new because it's kind of windy and there's some shit in the way, and then like there's a tree chopped down here and something chopped down there, and there's no like wagon ruts from the wagons running over the trail for a long time. But there's definitely like a fairly new path that runs alongside the edge of the water.
Okay. We kind of noticed this, and I asked the party if they're comfortable with following what looks to be a normal path, or a new path, rather.
Neal, I try to track and see if I notice if anything has come by here recently.
Okay. You do not notice.
Okay. So I am comfortable walking this path. As we go, I will keep a lookout for any types of footprints, be it animal or human.
Very good, friend. And Abigail, if you actually, I don't think I say this. We probably established this fairly early on, but I think she's leading the way. Not like by a long distance, but you know, where we're like the three of us are pretty close together. She's like 30 feet ahead.
Okay.
Are we by
sneaky.
horse though?
Yeah, you're on horses.
Okay, but I'm not really sneaky on a horse. Like, I'm as sneaky as you guys on horse.
I doubt that.
Really?
The guy that's like 3 times as heavy as you in full plate mail, probably not as sneaky as you.
Good point. Okay, I'm still ahead. Whatever.
And her horse it's a legendary horse, guys. It's actually a Pegasus. She's actually just kind of flying just above the ground, dead silent.
Yeah, just float a tiny bit.
It's a weird Pegasus, though. It looks like a giraffe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty fucking weird Pegasus.
It's really-
It's like a giraffe that floats just by like this much.
And now
It
we're
doesn't
offending the
actually
giraffes and
change
Pegasuses
anything?
of the world.
All right, so Neal, we're just following up the water. We're on this real path. She's a little
Yeah.
ways ahead.
Yeah.
And like she said, she's not that sneaky, but the idea of this is she is quieter and she has a better ability to detect stuff, I guess.
Okay.
Or at least that's the plan.
So you follow the path for the rest of the day and don't come across anyone on the path at all. But it sticks right alongside the river, and you can see as the river like kind of starts weaving up between the hills in front of you, that the river looks like it goes straight into the mountain.
Harbinger friend, are you there?
What do you need?
We are looking for the 4th and final brother. You're the bow. Do you know his name, by the way? It is Fleetwood Mac.
I leave it to you. Or I leave it to him to decide who he wishes to speak to.
Very good. I just asked that if you sense his presence at any time, because we are heading towards where we have narrowed down where he was last seen, please alert me to it so that we can get to the meat of this journey. We would like to start slaying dragons, as I know you are excited to do as well.
So be it.
Very good. All right, and then we'll just kind of keep on approaching.
Okay. Right. the day ends while you guys are on the path, and you make camp. How far off the path do you make camp?
I would say within, so where we can at least see the path, but not
yeah, not
on
that
it.
far off, I would say, because we were past the city. We're heading towards the mountains. I think
It'll be
we
nice
haven't
to have
heard
clean water
anything,
and all that
so-
stuff. Yeah.
the perception is that we don't think that there's a lot of danger here in terms of armies, I guess.
Okay.
While we were on it, Neil, I didn't come across any tracks at all recent.
No.
Okay.
So, you guys rest that night. Nothing happens in the evening. Night passes uneventfully. Morning comes, and you guys continue on your way towards the mountains, towards the Highvale mountain range.
I'm up to 17 HP. Is that right? Started at 15. It's been 2 nights.
Yup.
Okay.
Okay. And you guys, you spend the rest of the day kind of weaving in and out along the path of the river in these hills. At certain points, the path actually like disappears and like merges with the river and like moves on to the other side in certain shallows, and you can see where the hill has been cut down and to the side to allow room for a road to come by. And you cross the river a few times and back up again on the left side of the river. I should say the west side of the river. And you eventually come to what looks like a trail into the mountains. But this looks, again, like a fairly new trail. In fact, you see, bits of rock and dirt that has been like chipped off or shoveled off of the mountains that has run down.
Well, being as how we have no other direction, I guess we just kind of follow that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neil, as a dwarf, like, do I get any special knowledge about mountains and caves, or like, do I get anything
Yes.
about that?
You get all sorts of wonderful information about underground stuff.
But would I have had to visited the area, or do I just
No.
walk up to a cave and be like, I know caves?
You can basically say, I know caves. From living underground. Where is the exact? They're not in melee. Dwarves are miners of great skill. While underground, they can detect the following information when within 10 feet of a particular phenomena. But they can determine their approximate depth below the surface at any time. You can detect a grade or sloping passage, a new tunnel/passage construction. You can detect sliding or shifting walls or rooms. You can detect stonework traps, pits, and deadfalls. And you can always determine your approximate depth underground.
All right. I'm doing all that the entire time.
Well, you're not underground.
Autocast.
And
Autocast, baby.
everyone, you can detect that there is a grade going up. Well done. You can also detect that you are on the ground, and that this
That's
is a
true.
new tunnel or passage. Well done, team,
Woo.
Very nice.
for having eyes.
Very good power.
So I'm gonna look around as we go to make sure like nobody is in the area, like below us, above us, whatever I can see.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a trail that's being carved inside, like, along the mountain in the best pathable.
If
Like,
Yeah,
someone
but
is
as
clearly
we-
using a mountain pass right now.
yeah. But as we go up, we would see more down, like the surrounding areas and stuff. So I want to take a good look at that and see if I see anything
It
particular.
looks real pretty from up there. You can see Cherandar. You can see all the other cities and off in the distance. See the forest. The valley looks nice below you.
Neil, you
there's
said
some-
we can detect that someone's digging into this cave to create a path. Is that what you're saying?
It's not a cave. They're digging into the side of the mountain to like create a path that goes up into the mountain.
Okay. Do I have any idea of like if they are crude tools, if it's well done or anything like that?
It looks very poorly done. Like it's built to be functional and not pretty. Like
Okay.
they're hacking away at the walls in order to get a path. They're not trying to make like a nice path. They're just like, we need a road. We're just
Yeah, I tell that to the
They're-
party and say that this might be what a passage that the army is building for passage through this mountain. Is my best guess.
The army of Verossi?
Yeah. Unless there's another army about.
Not that I know of.
I turn to Oris and I blink code him. It's so pretty. But like the blink code from with Bregor.
Code.
I know, but she's doing it.
So I think that she's batting her eyelashes at me.
That's good. Yeah,
And
that's what I'm doing.
and I just give her like a not now, Abigail. That's what I do.
All right, Neil. So I guess we just continue marching up the path.
Okay. You guys continue marching up the path. Day is actually getting short as you walk up. You're only, a few hundred, maybe like 500 or 600 feet in elevation by the time you guys are getting, tired to the point where you want to set up camp.
Is there only like one we'd have to set up camp in the passage on this road in the mountain?
I mean, if you stop right this second, you'd have to set up on the road in a line, but occasionally you'll hit points where the path opens up and you wind up with some extra room. Like those happen occasionally.
We'll wait for a point like that, a juncture, and then set up camp.
Yeah.
Of course. All right, so you guys walk a little bit longer until you hit said point, and you make camp on the side of the mountain.
And I'll take first watch as usual. Azrael, rest up, my friend.
Neil, if we light a fire, if we do not have a fire at this camp, does that affect the effectiveness of the camp or anything like that?
No.
Okay, I tell the party that having a fire on the side of a mountain is pretty easy to spot, and we should not use one.
Sure.
Okay. Also, Neil, how dark does it get in this area? Like, would Vincent's watch be effective, or would it be really dark? Or
I mean, you are above the tree line, so
same as normal.
It's better than being in a forest. Much.
Okay.
You get way more light above the forest.
Sure. I think I was just imagining this wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, we go to sleep. Everyone
You guys
does their
go to
watch.
sleep. You guys do your normal watches, and during all four of you taking watches now, or just three of you?
Just 3.
I tell the party that I can take watches if need be, but
We graciously decline, though.
Okay.
So go ahead and rest up, friend.
Okay. 4. It went Vincent, Horace, Abigail.
yes.
Sure.
Right? Okay. So Abigail, during your turn on watch, you're sitting up doing whatever Abigail does while on watch.
She watches Horace sleep.
I'm taking care of my ferret. I like spending time with the ferret.
You should. He's not long for this world.
I know.
It's
I'm
sad.
like playing little games with him.
The thing's like half dead there on the ground, and she's like hitting it on the side, like, play with me.
No, but I'm like throwing him objects like super close.
It's just
like
hitting
a
him in the
hard
face,
game.
and he's like,
He'll like struggle over and get it and start bringing it back to you before it goes.
Yeah, and then I pet it,
Falls
and I'm
over.
like, "You're doing so good, Mr. Tugboggles."
When you hear a sound from up the mountain a bit,
Okay.
it's a rumbling sound. It's not very deep, not very loud, but it sounds like
A burp.
it would have to be a very, very, very long burp.
What if I go full on detect noise? Can I
Well, I don't know,
notice
try.
more what it is? That's
She
what I'm
squints her
doing.
ears, Neil.
Squint your ears.
I'm doing the detect noise.
What is your detect noise percentage?
It's like 50%, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, hold on, doesn't matter.
60. It's at 60.
Yeah, you roll an 8 anyway. So you hear what sounds like a wagon being pulled by horses.
Okay, so I'll start by waking up Vincent. I'm like, Vincent,
I
there's a
snap
wagon
awake.
coming. There's a wagon coming.
Okay.
Let's wake up Brecker. And then I like go wake up Horace. I go wake up Horace.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up Azrael as well, and I same kind of thing, like hand over the mouth, quiet, shh. But I actually don't have my armor on. Rather, but I do grab my shield and I grab Harbinger. And I sleep in loins, not naked.
In loincloths?
Yeah,
'Cause
like
loin-
undergarment.
Okay, because loin is referring to the crotch.
I don't sleep in my crotch.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
So
Neil,
you guys,
I sleep in my crotch, just so that's...
Yeah.
bend over and put your head down there. And
He is
Yeah.
that flexible.
Look,
I'm
you
not.
know, I lost my god, so I'm trying for something else, Neil. Let's...
hey, every man needs a goal, and that's
You're my new god, crotch.
God of the loins.
All right, and then I just kind of like hug up against the side of the, it opens. So assuming there's like a corner that faces the road, I'm kind of up against that then. And I have my armlet on, and the
you can
necklace.
you guys hear some voices that sound like they are orcs, and they're speaking in Orcish.
Is there like
I
a
tr-
hiding spot for me that I could go in?
Kind
Or-
of. Well, like Vincent said, here we've got the.
Like, is there any way that they could go by as we are just all hiding and they don't notice us?
Not really.
Or is that impossible?
So here's the edge of the mountain, and here's the edge of the path. It kind of opens up right here to an overlook, and keeps going back down. So you guys kind of made camp in, yeah, that area. I was going to build a fire, even though you specifically said no fire.
No fire.
So this is just to indicate camp, right? And this would be, the top would be going uphill, and the bottom would be going downhill, right? So
Right.
the wagon is coming from the upper area, and Vincent says that he like hides next to the corner.
Okay, so I'll try
Is
to.
there anything? Is it all clear? There's no trees, no nothing, just
There's
pure
a
cleared
tree.
rock.
There's a tree out here on the edge.
I will get behind the tree.
It's a small
Yeah,
tree. But you can still get behind it. I just want to give you like a heads up before I spring on you later. It's not like a big mighty tree. It's like it's a scraggly mountain tree.
Okay, but it'll at least provide some camouflage.
Something. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get behind it and I will draw my bow.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
As we're getting into position, I tell them to wait for my move. Wait for my
Okay.
move.
I'm not really, like, used to the sneaky thing, so I'm just standing there with my mace, like, in the middle of the party, just looking around as all these people are getting behind trees, all this nonsense, and I'm just like, what? What do I do?
I'll whisper to him, "Come hide, you dummy!
Like, where?
Come with us."
I kind of walk over to them as silent as possible.
I'm gonna tell everyone if we can try to wait for them to pass a little bit so I can get in some back attacks. It would be sweet. But if we feel like they're gonna see us, let's just go all out on them.
Yeah, so she mumbles this like really long sentence about what she wants to
Yeah.
happen.
I mean, we have time, so I'll just whisper it quietly.
Understood.
Okay.
So you guys, as you're waiting, I guess Horace, you see it first. You see a cart. You actually see 3 carts being pulled by donkeys. Each one of them has 2 orcs in front that are chatting with each other.
Okay, can you describe what the orcs are wearing?
Are they dressed? Yeah, are they dressed like Cirque du Soleil? They seem super friendly. They're merchants.
They have no armor on. They're wearing tattered clothing that has like a crude V painted across the front of it.
Great.
God damn it.
And they got little helmets on it.
Can we see what's in the carriage or whatever they're pulling? Is there
Well,
any-
only Horace can see this right now because he's,
Oh, okay,
you
sorry.
know, kind of on lookout. That's all you see.
Okay, so I continue to keep my bow drawn and I have my eyes on Vincent.
As so this is what's going to happen, Neil. And as the first one starts to pass me, and they're sitting there, I'm probably going to let the first one pass, and then as the second one starts to come into my view, I'm going to plunge Harbinger into the side of the neck of the guy that's closest to me.
Okay.
As he does that, could I take a shot at the first ones?
Well, can you
Yeah,
guys tell me where
simultaneous
you are
distance.
on this map, please? I know Brager's behind the tree. I know Vincent is up against the corner. Where's Abigail and where's...
I'm wherever Abigail said, come over here with us.
Abigail, where are you?
So wherever she decides.
Can you re-ping where the people were?
Breger is behind the tree.
Okay.
Vincent is up against the wall.
I mean, is it realistic that we'd be 3 people behind the tree, or is that impossible?
No. The tree does hardly provides cover for one person.
Okay. So then I'll be with Vincent.
Okay.
All right, that's
Cool.
where I'm at then.
Okay. So the first wagon comes around the corner. Breger or Horace, you're still just looking at it, right? You're not firing. You're not doing anything.
I am looking at Vincent, and I'm waiting for him to make his move. And if I see him make a move, I will unleash my arrow.
Okay. So the first wagon starts to move alongside the corner. Vincent, you say you wait for the first wagon to pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quick question, Neil. Are they riding? Is it 2 people riding? Or
Yes.
one
Yeah,
person?
2 people in the front.
Okay, so I assume he's going to be stabbing at the passenger, and I'd be aiming towards the driver.
Well,
Such an American. They drive on
The
the
way
left.
I
Do
described
they
it,
drive on the other side? Okay, well,
Yeah.
whatever's closest. Okay.
you're going to shoot the first wagon because I'm letting the first one pass.
Okay, if he lets it pass, I'm waiting for him. But
Well, as the wagon starts to pull around, the orcs are talking to each other, and one of them, the one that's looking towards the wall where you're talking to his friend, sees you guys and is like, "Argarky barky," and points at you.
And then I stab the guy that he's sitting next to
keyword.
or whatever.
Like,
Okay,
wait,
so-
guys, he said, I'm Rocky Barky.
Okay, roll the
that
hit.
means don't stab me.
Do I get anything for surprise? 14,
Yeah,
I
you
guess?
totally get +4 for surprise.
Oh, so 16 now. 21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Just a hit?
It's a crit because they only have 10 AC.
Now, are these big creatures?
No, they're orcs. They're medium.
Alright, so D8 plus... And my armlet is toggled.
8.
Oh god, takes 9
Good.
damage.
You kill it. That's
Alright,
more
so
than
his
their max life.
gore
Can I shoot?
sprays out of his neck. Well, hang on. I get my second attack.
Oh, that's true.
So I just kind of double plunge. Into one guy's neck. Embarrassing, just farg on me. I don't get surprised for this one, I would guess, right?
It's still the first round of you still surprised.
30 on this one.
He dies. Look, if orcs have D8 life, you do +8 damage. We don't need to worry.
Okay, so both these guys start spilling blood all over the front.
Yeah. Their ponies just kind of keep trotting along, not really caring too much. But their screams cry backward, and the orcs in wagons behind them start yelling too.
Well, don't Abigail and Breger, don't they get simultaneous shots?
They do.
Okay.
Not
So-
Breger.
But, God damn it. Fuck you, Breger. You shouldn't have made a different character. Go ahead.
I don't understand the confusion. He has a mullet.
Yeah, I keep forgetting
Yeah,
it.
they're
I keep
not the
forgetting
same.
Very different.
Yeah.
Go for it, shit.
So I attack
Okay,
one of
so
them.
Neil, has one of the wagons turned the corner?
Yeah.
Can we see the driver of the other one?
It's a hit,
Yes,
Abigail.
you
Their
can see
AC
the driver
is
from behind.
10.
Oh, so I
It's a
hit?
hit. Yeah, but the only person that you
15
could
is more
possibly
than
shoot
10,
at
yes.
would be the person that Vincent already stabbed.
Yeah, the only two you have in vision are the dead ones, I guess.
Oh, so it's useless. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, then I suggest that we later push the wagon out of the way so that people think they just fell like dumbasses.
You start saying this to the people behind the tree, or like I'm on the wagon. I've got my blood deep
Yeah.
in these guys' throats, and you're like, I suggest that we push the wagons out of the way.
So Neil, I can see the second wagon, correct?
You can see the second wagon.
So I get a D20 plus 11 plus 2 for a surprise attack.
Let me see. That sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay.
No, 4 for surprise.
There's the first one. No.
Oh.
Oh, Breger, is that you?
Roll for death.
Like, guys, he's strikingly similar. Guys, I believe Quantarius has brought Breger back from the dead with a
The
mullet.
devs are fucking with me, man. The devs. This loves
How does it know? You even shaved.
One more.
one more. Oh,
Oh, you got it. You keep rolling until you stop rolling ones. Them's the rules.
Oh.
ah, yeah.
Ow.
Okay.
Got 2 1s in a row.
So pretty.
Do I see him dropping his bow or something?
No, he gets his bow tangled up in the tree. He's like
So
trying
as
to
I-
shoot through it, and it gets caught on a branch. He's like, "Oh shit, fuck! Gotta
He's
get
like,
off the branch."
Fuck! Son of a branchy tree!
All right.
So
Neal,
as I see that, I'm actually gonna run towards him and try to go hug him.
Well, it is battle. I guess Abigail does run, but
Neal,
Okay,
my move,
Horus, or yeah,
very
what do you
very
do?
particular here. Can I dual wield maces?
No, one weapon must be a weapon size smaller than the other weapon. So you can do a medium-sized weapon like a mace and a small-sized weapon.
The question then, crawl for it does D4 plus 1, but my footman's mace does D6 plus 1. Are they just different damages?
Crawl fort is a war hammer, not a mace. So they're different. Crawl fort is also +3 to hit and +3 to damage, so it's really D4 plus 4.
Okay. Well then with crawl for it, I'm gonna
I'm sorry, fort's a +4 mace, so it's actually D4 plus 5.
okay.
Oh,
Is there anything that I can within range that I can hit? Because Vincent killed that one thing.
There's some donkeys.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's kill the donkeys. They're evil donkeys. What's my D20 plus? Is that +4? +7?
So it would be
+7.
+8.
Oh, it's +8.
Well, crawl fort +4
You're
to
gonna
hit.
start smashing
so.
the donkey.
Yeah, I'm just in the donkey for 13.
Yeah, you hit the donkey.
And then the damage is D4 plus.
Donkeys are size large, so D4 plus 4.
It's a donkey.
Okay.
Donkey probably has more HP than the actual orcs.
It has. It is alive. For now.
All right, so their turn.
As I hit him, I say, "I'm gonna get that ass."
Wow.
Okay, let's do initiative.